Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Finn and Sheila share a loving embrace as more of her story emerges, and Ivy comes on strong. Today on The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi needles Ivy, Sheila details the events with Sugar, and Finn tells his mom he believes her. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. In Deacon's apartment, Sheila eats pizza as Finn whispers, "We should take her to the hospital." Deacon says she has her own personal doctor looking after her. He gets that Finn is worried, he does too. But she's eating that pizza like she's going out of style. "God, I missed that woman," Sheila pipes up, "I missed you too. Both of you." She's dehydrated, not deaf. Sheila insists she's okay because she's safe and with her two favorite guys in the world. Deacon assures her she'll be her old self in no time. Finn takes her hand and says Deacon's right, having you back is everything. At El Giardino, Liam thinks it's great that Steffi joined him and Ivy. Steffi's surprised her cousin wanted her to join. She thought she wanted Liam all to herself. Ivy muses, "Well, they say three's a crowd." Steffi asks if it was worth it. Ivy asks, "What?" Steffi says, "Flying all the way from Australia just to plant one on this guy." Liam muses, "Well, this is fun." Steffi asks the purpose of Ivy's trip. Her cousin tells her she came to see another handsome man, her grandfather. "He looks great." Steffi says, "Yeah, he does. And apparently you think Liam looks great as well." Liam wants to change the subject, but Ivy says before they do, it's been a long time since they've seen each other, but he's the same beautiful man inside and out that she remembers. Kind, caring, and sexy as hell. Steffi grabs her glass of wine and drinks pointedly. Ivy declares if she lived there, she'd be knocking down Liam's door to date him. Steffi whispers, "Wow." In Deacon's apartment, Finn checks Sheila's pulse and she says she feels weak. Finn wants to take her to the hospital, but Sheila thinks being with Deacon will help her get better faster. Deacon cracks that she looks a lot better than when they found her. Finn asks his birth mother what happened. She agonizes, Sugar happened. Sheila doesn't understand how they knew about Sugar. Deacon explains that Lauren Fenmore told him about her. They can get into the specifics later. Finn wonders how Sugar was able to do what she did without anyone knowing. Sheila says it all started with the text messages. She should have ignored them, but it wouldn't have stopped her anyway. She went to meet her a couple of times, but she never showed up. Then one day she was running errands and Sugar abducted her and took her to that warehouse to chain her up. Sugar was full of rage and had been waiting for this day, which she had imagined and planned. She wanted payback. In Il Giardino, Ivy caresses Liam's shoulder and muses, "Maybe I'm being too forward." Steffi snarks, "Yeah, think." Ivy doesn't see why she needs to hide her feelings. She thinks she and Liam would be amazing together. Steffi holds up her hands, ok, yeah, he's remarkable, he's amazing, he's all the things, he's also my daughter's father. She tells Liam they need to go see Kelly. Ivy rubs Liam's back and kisses him again. Steffi gawps, "Okay," on that note. Liam stammers as Ivy hugs him and takes her leave. Steffi muses that being subtle is definitely not her strong suit. Liam sits back down as Steffi laughs and shrugs. "Well, neither is mine. Us Forrester women, you gotta love it." Liam shoots her a look and snatches her glass of wine away. She laughs, "Hey." In Deacon's apartment, he asks Sheila what Sugar did to her. Sheila flashes to Sugar having her chained up in the warehouse and telling her, "I'm in charge now," before adding that no one is even looking for her. By the time they do it will be much too late. She's been hanging on to this anger for so many years. Sheila double-crossed her when she was supposed to be her friend. Sheila tries to free herself as Sugar goes on about having to take the raps for her crimes. She ruined her life, but that stops today. All she could think about was revenge. She didn't even care about the hellhole she was in. Sheila argues, "You were arrested for what you did to Lauren Fenmore's son." Sugar fumes that none of that would have happened if not for Sheila. Sugar then tells her she's headed for Steffi Forrester's beach house. "Steffi's going to be your first victim." Sheila yells, "No." Back in the present, Sheila tells Finn and Deacon, "I tried to stop her. I tried to stop Sugar from hurting Steffi and the children, to protect them from that madwoman, but she was so obsessed with getting back at me, she didn't care what she had to do. She was just determined to make me pay for it. She almost got away with it too. Finn croons, "It's Oak." Deacon holds her. At the Cliff House, Steffi tells Liam that Becky is dropping off Kelly soon. She's really excited to see him. She tells him he's an incredible father and she knows he's the same with Beth. Liam jokes that between her and Ivy his ego's about to pop. Steffi says the difference is that she's not trying to date him. She's right about one thing, he's incredible. Liam quips, "Don't let Finn hear you say that." Steffi admits she's had a weird feeling from her husband this morning. In the past it was always about Sheila, but this time it's not because she's gone forever. In Deacon's apartment, Sheila tells Deacon and Finn more about Sugar's plan. She flashes to Sugar in the warehouse saying she was going to strangle Steffi and those brats of her. "Everyone's going to think you killed your son's wife, the mother of your grandson. When she's done, they'll lock Sheila up and throw away the key. Her precious son won't want anything to do with her ever again." Sheila tells Sugar, "You don't look like me but you don't sound like me." Sugar clears her throat and says, "How about now?" Sheila gulps. She tells Sugar that she can do whatever she wants to her, but don't harm Steffi and those precious children. Don't hurt them. Sugar dons a mask and says, "Tonight, Steffi Forrester dies and you spend the rest of your miserable life behind bars." As Sheila struggles with the leg iron, Sugar kicks her a couple of times. As she leaves the warehouse, Sheila cries, "No, don't hurt Steffi, no." She screams for help. Back in the present, Sheila flinches at the memory and tells Finn she loves him, Steffi, and the children more than herself. Finn says Steffi is fine and they'll explain that later. Right now they have to take care of her. She's been terrorized and brutalized by this woman, but through it all her love for him, his wife and children. It shows. Sheila says, "I would do anything to protect you, Steffi, and those children's son." Finn tells her, "I believe you, Mom. I believe you." They embrace. Ivy's gaze flickered between Finn and Sheila, a flicker of something akin to jealousy passing through her eyes before being replaced by a mask of indifference. Well, she said, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "What do we have here?" Finn stepped forward, his stance protective as he placed himself between Ivy and Sheila. "Ivy," he said firmly, "we were just—" "Save it, Finn," Ivy interrupted, her tone sharp and cutting. "I know what I saw, but you know what? I don't care. I'm done with both of you." With that, Ivy turned on her heel and walked away, disappearing into the gathering shadows of the evening. Finn watched her go, a sense of sadness gnawing at his heart, but Sheila was already turning back to him, her eyes shining with unshed tears. "I'm sorry, Finn," she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. "I didn't mean for any of this to happen." Finn reached out and gently cupped her face in his hands, his touch warm and reassuring. "It's not your fault, Sheila," he said softly. "Ivy will come around eventually, but until then we have each other, and that's all that matters." And as they stood there bathed in the fading light of the day, Finn and Sheila shared a loving embrace, knowing that no matter what the future held, they would face it together, hand in hand.